Hey everybody, Brandon Aksamit here with your latest NCN Sports Report. Coming up, the state track and field meet is on the horizon this weekend, so we're going to profile one of the local high school teams as they prepare. Also, a former Shelby Rising City basketball star is transferring and taking her talents down to Florida. We'll also wrap this one up with boys state soccer highlights as 3 area teams were in the semifinals over the weekend. So starting things off, the track and field meet is this weekend, and there's plenty of athletes from Columbus going to be competing. The first high school we're profiling this week is Columbus SCOTUS, as John Kipper was out at practice today and has more.
After strong finishes in districts, the SCOTUS boys and girls track teams are primed to shine, the final event of the year. Only one track meet remains for 17 Shamrocks, that meet of course being the state tournament in Omaha. Even though Monday was a tad gloomy in the Platte Valley, the SCOTUS runners still came out on the track to prepare for the state meet. Senior Sarah Schumacher will be running both the 1,600 and 3,200 meter relays, as well as the 800 meter dash at the state meet on Friday. She says over the next few days, the team's goal is to make steady improvement.
Just maintain what we have built so far and maybe improve our times by a few seconds, and just so we can run our best times.
Fall senior Jessica Lam is actually running the exact same events as Schumacher. She believes SCOTUS has a great chance at medaling in the 4x400 meter relay, with that group having some doubters in the past.
I think our 4x4 will do really well. We've been doing the 4x4 ever since my freshman year. Well, I just think of conference here, and our 4x4 wasn't supposed to win, and at the last second we won.
The boys are also poised to do well and even have hopes at making a run at the team title in Class B. If they are to do that, junior Cody Maracek will have to have a big weekend. He's going to be a busy man on Friday, as he will compete in the long jump, 200 and 400 meter dash, as well as the 4x400 meter relay. Maracek was running the 400 meter races, and he will definitely remember the 4x400 race this year.
I'll probably make my memories at stake, because our 4x4, that seems like to be the memory that's always made, and it's always fun being on a relay team at state.
The state tournament begins on Friday at Omaha Burke High School with the first starting gun to fire at 9:30 a.m. I'm Columbus News Team's John Kipper, News Channel Nebraska.
Well, a former Shelby Rising City standout has completed her transfer from the University of Illinois and is going now to Florida State. Patrice White, who led the Illini with 18.4 points and 9.3 boards this past season as a sophomore, will have to sit out the 2016-17 campaign before having 2 years of eligibility remaining. Now, the 6'3" post player had offers from Notre Dame and Louisville as well, but Omaha.com reports White felt most comfortable joining the Seminoles after visiting all 3 campuses. White reached the 1,000-point mark 63 games into her career, making her the second fastest player to reach the accomplishment in Illinois history. The Seminoles went 25-8 this season and made it to the Sweet 16, where they lost to Baylor 78-58 as they were 13-3 in the ACC. Well, plenty of state soccer action over the weekend as 3 area teams were in the semifinals between Schuyler, Columbus High, and SCOTUS. We're starting off with highlights with the Warriors as they clashed with the top-seeded team in Elkhorn South.
The Warriors' soccer season came to an end Saturday evening. Schuyler faced off against top-seeded and undefeated Elkhorn South at Morrison Stadium in the Class B state semifinals and were defeated 2-0 by the Storm. The Warriors hung tough as the contest was tied 0-0 late in the first half, but Elkhorn South grabbed a goal in the 40th minute of play to take momentum going into halftime. The Storm struck 2 minutes into the second half to put the Warriors in a hole they couldn't get out of.
Well, I thought, in the first half we did a lot of nice things we didn't do the first time we played them, and we had a couple chances. We didn't have many, but we had a couple chances that, if we could have got one of those, that maybe would have changed things a little bit.
While it was disappointing to lose, Coach Lyndon Beebe said the season was a success as the community rallied around and supported their team all year.
And they've been a great group of kids to work with. They've been great for our school. They've been great representatives for themselves and our team, and of course the Schuyler as a whole. So, yeah, it's been one of those great seasons you're going to look back on and be really proud of.
Well, congratulations to the Warriors on an amazing season, and like Coach Beebe said, something the players as well as the Schuyler community should be proud of what they did this spring. Well, on the other side of the soccer bracket, 2 local teams in Columbus High and SCOTUS clashed for the 3rd time this season in a rubber match, with the winner punching their ticket to the state title game.
The SCOTUS soccer team is one step closer to accomplishing something no other boys soccer program has done in the state. The Shamrocks took on Columbus High in the Class B state semifinals at Morrison Stadium on Saturday evening, defeating the Discoverers 2-1. Perhaps remembering the overtime defeat to Columbus in the district final, SCOTUS fired out of the gates and were up 2-0 in the opening 5 minutes. Jake Boss headed in a Nathan Ostick corner in the 4th minute, and Alex Foltz netted shortly thereafter.
Our guys were just motivated to play. I mean, we were ready to go. Obviously, 2 goals in the first 4 minutes kind of changes the complexion of the whole game, really. It would have been nice to put a couple more away. We had some other chances again, so we kind of let them keep hanging around. And credit to them, they kept fighting. They drew the PK. Different ball game for the last 20 minutes, whatever it was. So, credit to those guys. We knew they wouldn't stop, but yeah, the 2-goal lead was huge, no doubt.
SCOTUS took the 2-0 advantage into the break, but Columbus High converted a penalty kick with 17 minutes remaining to make things interesting, but couldn't find an equalizer as the Shamrocks held on for the 2-1 win.
We didn't give up. I challenged the guys at halftime. I said, do you want this to be your last 40 minutes? And if it is, how are we going out? Are we going to go out showing something like we've had all year, or are we going to lay down? And we didn't lay down. And, SCOTUS is a great team. I wish them luck on Tuesday night. But it was just a hard-fought game again.
So the final hurdle between the Shamrocks and 3 consecutive state titles is top-seeded and undefeated Elkhorn South.
Elkhorn South is a tremendous team. They're undefeated. They're the top team. I think they're going to be the favorite going in, no doubt. So we just got to play better. We got to play a little bit better than we did today and finish a little bit better.
The Class B state title match is on Tuesday, May 17th at 5 p.m.
Well, like the Warriors, congrats to Columbus High on an amazing soccer season, and the best of luck being wished to the Shamrocks as they are on pursuit of that three-peat, something very historic that no team has done on the boys' end in the state of Nebraska. We will be having highlights from that contest, so be sure to stay tuned with News Channel Nebraska as we will hopefully be bringing you the story of the Shamrocks three-peat. Well, that is your latest NCN Sports Report. As always, I'm Brandon Aksamit for News Channel Nebraska, your hometown team and source for all your Platte Valley sports.
Wardrobes for this newscast provided by Dave Patricks of Columbus.